Hey YouTube, this is Cheye from Teen Help Link, and my personal YouTube is Roses Bleed Love for You, but I'm one of the 4 members that will be doing this, and sorry if the color's off, by the way. I'm upstairs, which I usually don't come up here, because it's 3:30 in the morning and I'm sick, so my voice is probably gonna suck and be sort of quiet. I'm sorry, but no. So basically, we're all helping out with people's problems that they might be having, and we have them split up into categories. And also, the other 3 girls on here, if you didn't know, are Jody, Lizzie, and Mary. But this is my introductory video. First off, my categories are sex and puberty, pregnancy and childcare, rape and abuse, eating disorders, and lifestyle. And I'm going to go from the bottom up on what those mean and how they pertain to me. Lifestyle is pretty much anything that doesn't fit in the other category. And it's pretty much like how you might have to alter your lifestyle if, say, you have a child, or how to stay drug-free or self-harm free. Pretty much that. Also, puppies. In case you couldn't tell, I really like puppies. I've never actually, anyway. And, next one up is eating disorders. And that starts for me, okay, I'd say when I was about 8 is when mine started. And one memory that I vividly remember being like the start of all that I can remember is when we were moving and none of us had eaten all day. We didn't do it on purpose or anything, we just didn't realize because we were too busy packing, which I was okay with. And then afterwards I realized that I hadn't eaten all day, and instead of being all like, ugh, I'm so hungry, I was actually super excited that I hadn't eaten all day, and I thought that was normal. But my parents ended up making me eat something afterwards, after I pointed it out, and I was super excited. But I figured out that that wasn't really normal, and I only figured that out a few years ago, because that's when I started noticing that I had an eating disorder. So, even before that, I would binge eat, like, for days on end, and then the next week I would just not eat at all. It was, I really dealt with binge eating disorder when I was younger, obviously, and the thing is that I would get picked on for my weight when I was younger. I mean, I've always been overweight, I'm still overweight. That's just how it is. So, it sucks, but that's just how it's been my whole life, and it's how it still is right now, to be honest. But I suffered with binge eating disorder, which obviously made me pack on a lot more weight. And then, when I was 8, obviously, the whole starving thing, it started to turn into an EDNOS, which is an eating disorder not otherwise specified. And, basically, I would starve myself, and then binge eat, and then starve myself, and then binge eat, and it just kept going like that in cycles of about a week per part, meaning I would binge eat for a whole week, then next week I would starve, and it just went on like that for the longest time. So I already went through binge eating and binge eating disorder and EDNOS by the time I was 13, and then, no, by the time I was 10. Then by the time I was 13, it turned into bulimia. I started to abuse laxatives. I would take some and take some and take some more, just to get everything out. And that's how I thought it would all work. I had bulimia, that's just what it was. And then I would still binge eat and starve and purge with laxatives. Then, sometime around last year, after I turned 15, I started to purge in other ways, meaning I would make myself throw up. And that's not easy to admit. It's gross, to be honest. I mean, we all know that. Anyone who does that knows that it's gross. We just can't help it. Sorry I'm messing with my hair so much. It's just bugging me today. But yeah. And I started to do that. And right now I'm recovering. I've gone about 2.5 weeks without purging, but I am having trouble with binge eating right now. So that's how that goes. Relapses are sadly a normal part of recovery, and you deal with them and you keep going on. As I've said in other videos that I've made, it's like a mountain. You fall down, but you don't fall all the way when you relapse. You just gotta keep going back up from there and don't keep falling further. So that's how I see that. And rape and abuse, I'm not gonna lie, I have not been raped. And I don't really have friends that have, but I've been sexually assaulted by 2 different people. One person was 4 times in the same night. And with other girls, they say that the other girls on the channel, they've gone through this kind of stuff, but for them it's hard to talk about, and it's hard to talk about for me too. I'm not gonna lie. But it's easier for me to talk about. I've come to terms with what happened, and I use it to help others. So, yeah. I'm gonna tell a little bit more about that right now. Because what happened was, I went to my friend's birthday party when she was turning 13 and I was 11 or 12. We were in 7th grade. And went to her birthday party and we were having fun. And then she had to get up to go to the bathroom or whatever, and it was just me and her brother all playing a game, and her brother was like 15 or 16 at the time. I'm not entirely sure, and I don't really care. But she went to the bathroom, and when she was going to the bathroom, he ended up sexually assaulting me and molesting me by sticking his hand down my shirt against my will. Obviously, I didn't know what was going on, and I would move away, or I'd say, no, don't do that, or I would freeze, because when I'm in these kind of situations, my body just shuts down. I freeze. I can't move, I can't breathe, I can't talk, and it sucks. But so, that happened approximately 4 to 5 times that night when I was spending the night that I know of. So, yeah, and it just kept going on, and I ended up refusing to go to her house and stuff because of it. And he just wouldn't stop. So, oh, sorry I bumped you. So, yeah, and with the other one, I was at homecoming just this year, actually, and I went with my then boyfriend. We'd only been going out for a few days, but I knew him from before because we had dated before, and that's a whole nother story. But we were going together and everything, we were just sitting there, and then he ended up sticking his hand under my dress, and I had that freezing response, but we had talked about it before that I wasn't really wanting to do anything sexual. And we had talked about it, and he didn't respect that I didn't want to do anything like that. And he ended up sticking his hand under my dress and trying to get, yeah, I'm not going to get graphic, but you get the point. So, that was the second person that ever sexually assaulted me. So, that's how I do it. And as for abuse, my grandmother is very emotionally abusive. She was one of the reasons why I started to purge via laxatives and then making myself throw up. She would always say how I was fat and not worth it and just terrible, terrible things. And it just would break me down. I couldn't handle it. So, I can relate to abuse too. As for pregnancy and childcare, no, I have not been pregnant, and no, I don't have a kid. The thing is that I frequent that forum a lot, and I just help out. I've had friends and family that have had kids when they were young. I've had friends and family that have kids when they weren't married or whatever. In fact, my mom had me when she wasn't married. So, I know what it's like to grow up with a single parent and just all of that. Like I said, I don't have a kid and I've not been pregnant. I did have a pregnancy scare once, which I'll probably talk about in the next topic, which is sex and puberty. But, yeah. So I haven't actually had a child, but I've babysat, which I know is not near what it's like to take care of children. I know that. I tell others that babysitting is a lot different than actually having your own kid. So I can answer most questions on that. But I can't. I could Google or ask friends who know, so I could just help out with that for them a lot. And sex and puberty, finally. Obviously, I'm 15. I've gone through the whole growing bigger boobs, periods, all of that wonderful stuff. I know some things about guys' puberty, so I can answer some of those questions. But you might also get more help off the website. So that would be checking into. And also, if you're looking at our videos, I still suggest that you go to the website, because that's what we're all here for, is to answer your questions, but to also direct you to this website that has really helped us all through whatever we've been through. So if I can't answer your question, we might message you back saying, hey, check out the website instead, or one of us other people that can answer it will. So yeah, and as for sex, I know a fair amount. I'm not a virgin, and I'm bisexual. I'm pansexual, actually, meaning bisexual only covers male and female. It doesn't really cover the transgender area. And pansexual also covers transsexuals, and transgender, trans. So basically, I can love anyone regardless of what parts they have or what they were born as or any of that. But yeah, and I have had sex with one guy and one girl at different times. But yeah, so I know enough to answer most questions and just simple stuff. So yeah, those are my stories and stuff on how I can help with what topics I have. And obviously now just about me in general. I like odd hair colors. As you can tell, I have like 3 different colors in my hair. I have turquoise-ish coontail. I have orange scattered throughout my hair, and I have green scattered throughout my hair. But yeah, so that probably would also go in like lifestyle. But yeah, so and also just saying, I normally wear glasses, but it reflects the screen, so I don't wear them when I make my videos. Otherwise, I'm like blind as a bat. I have absolutely terrible vision, and it just keeps getting worse. And I don't know why. Probably my grandpa actually went blind before he was 30, so I'm sort of expecting that. I'm also a hypochondriac, but I also have a lot of health issues in actual life, which, as you can imagine, can make things difficult. I don't know when I should worry and when I'm just overreacting, which sort of sucks. But no, I have thrombocytosis, which is a high blood platelet count. I've had pre-diabetes, and that's gone away and come back and gone away and come back. Right now it's away. I have spinal issues for absolutely no reason. And just in general, joints in my family are terrible. Eyesight in my family is terrible. Hearing in my family is terrible. But I'm lucky. I'm relatively normal for a teen. I'm just slightly below normal for a teenager, but considering nowadays when everyone's listening with headphones really loud, I'm considered normal. So that's nice. And this video is sort of long, so I'm sorry about that. I'm probably going to edit some of this out and make it, yeah. I also lose my train of thought easily, so I might say a lot of ums or uhs. Please excuse that. I'm sorry. I just am easily distracted, but I don't have ADHD. A lot of people think I do, though. It's sort of funny, but no, I just get easily distracted. I swear to God, if there's a squirrel or a shiny thing, I'm all over it. I'm just like, shiny, that's why my hair is distracting me a lot, because I have this one orange piece right here, and it's just like right next to my face, and I just see it, and I'm like, so yeah, but no. And also piercings and stuff. If you have any general questions about that, I don't think anyone else is covering those. That'd be with lifestyle. And I do know about like piercings and tattoos. My aunt and my mom, who I live with, are both tatted up, and to some degree my mom has one, she's gonna get it too. My aunt has, I think, 4 or 5, and I have plans for my tattoos. I've had tons of piercings. I've had my angel bites that I have. I've had my nose, and I did that myself, which is not recommended. I ended up taking it out. And I've had my smiley, which is the little flap of skin that holds your top lip to your gum. I've had my tongue web, which is that. I've had my ears done twice, and right now they're at a 14 gauge. Still really small. Not really a gauge. Then I could fit 2 to 3 pairs of earrings in one hole. And I've had my cartilage on this side. So, yeah. I know a fair amount about piercings and pain levels for different piercings. So, and I also have cousins that have all kinds of piercings. So, it's pretty interesting. And this is getting even longer now. So, I'm going to stop and leave you with puppies. Okay. Bye. Peace.